Okay. Oh. Okay.
So this is the easiest one.
Ah.
So your hand's here, right? Mm-hmm. You roll.
Stop.
I might just be paranoid, but I'm the guy who studies martial arts for the sake of self-defense. And I've learned that
This is one of the most dangerous places you can be in a street fight.
ground fighting is one of those areas I feel least confident about. I'm told that 90% of fights end up on the ground, and that scares me. People say to me, why don't you just start studying Jiu Jitsu? I could, and honestly, everyone probably should. At least a little bit.
But I learned there's more to it than just knowing groundwork versus striking. It's about training a self-defense mindset versus a competition fighting mindset.
So I visited a man who truly knows the difference between competition fighting and street fighting. Cliff Odette. He is the owner of Self-Defense Fit Lab in Riverside, California, a gym that primarily focuses on MDS. And today, I wanted to pick his brain on ground fighting in a street fight. Before we do all that, let me tell you a very brief synopsis about Cliff. Cliff is a humble man, but he has quite the reputation. Cliff has done wrestling and other martial arts since he was 5. But truly, the thing that interested me about Cliff the most is that he used to do underground fighting on Indian reservations. That's right, he would win $500 for losing a fight and $1,500 if he won a fight. He's no dummy either. He's actually a member of Mensa. So if anyone can tell me about ground fighting in the street, this man can.
About 90% of fights end up on the ground. Would you agree, disagree? Is it more than that?
The only time I didn't end up on the ground, it was my quickest fight. It was like, we'll call it 14 or 15 seconds. Walked out, hands out, grabbed his head, headbutted him, and he dropped. And the only times I ever saw anybody not go down was, it was a huge strike, and then the fight was over.
Cliff has spent many years training competition-style fighting. However, his journey changed when he met Fred Mastro. Yes, the Fred Mastro. It's where MDS gets its name from. For those who don't know what MDS is, think of the fighting style from the movie Taken. It's an aggressive and sometimes not California jury-friendly style of self-defense.
Euphemisms aside, he had the greatest description of his fight style.
Well, I tell people all the time, I'm truly a lazy fighter.
Yeah.
I don't want to spill my beer.
This man's my freaking role model. But what does he really mean? Cliff style and MDS in general is about changing your mindset and getting out of the competition style of fighting.
We are self-defense fighting. We are not trying to score points. And also, we are trying to cause pain. Ow, ow, ow.
I'll show you guys what I'm doing.
Okay.
Continue to bite, and then he'll be working it, and then you hit here.
Okay.
Let's say he's really good.
Cliff taught me some things about ground fighting that really got me thinking differently. So imagine what you learned today as if you are defending yourself from an aggressive guy that approaches you in a bar. Here's the 3 rules he gives you.
The first piece is don't tie up. Keep your distance. Stuff the shot. Stuff when someone tries to take you to the ground. Have enough knowledge to know that it's coming to get away from it, right? The second one is when they do happen to grab hold of you, again, how to slip it to get away. Do not stay tied up with somebody. Okay? The third piece is if you find yourself on the ground, what's the quickest way to extricate yourself from that position to get back up?
Let's go over the first point. How do we avoid a tie-up?
Okay, so the easiest one, people always overthink this. In a fight, you're always gonna have the guys, you man, what the
Yeah.
You're gonna have those guys that posture and do that stuff, right? They wanna be alpha male.
Right.
Right? The biggest piece that I can show at the start, your hands come here.
Right.
In fighting, distance is time.
Yeah.
It gives you time to react, right? Something very basic, right? Your hands are here.
Yeah.
You're trying to square up, and I'm here.
Yeah.
Watch. Here, get angry with me.
Okay. Yeah. Oh. Okay. He just kicked me in the shin.
It's not a devastating hit.
No.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
And here's the other part, it's the psychological part. You do this, you go, boom.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep kicking the fucking shin, gets the fuck away from me. Don't fucking come near me.
Yeah.
These are mid-range weapons, right?
Yeah.
Short-range weapons.
Okay.
Long range. So if someone's posturing and angry with you, you don't want them this close. You just simply keep kicking them in the shin. It builds up. This is one of those that it's annoying, and it multiplies over time. And now you're thinking about the shin.
Okay.
So you're not thinking about the takedown, you're thinking about me kicking you in the shin. If you're in a dress shoe and you rack someone, boom, I teach this to my lawyers and my cops, it'll eviscerate the shin, it'll open the shin up, it'll have a giant wound.
Cliff's thinking here and how it relates to groundwork is that by annoying the guy who's threatening you, you're starting to whittle him down. And you're starting to bring his adrenaline down. See, the goal here is to get him to reconsider tying up with you. And remember, these techniques are for the guy at the bar who's maybe had a little too much to drink, not the crazed maniac who can't feel pain. That's an entirely different video for an entirely different day.
And I've had big guys, bigger than me, like, oh, that's not gonna work. 6 or 7 times kicking them in the shin, they come back the next day with bloody shins, they're like, Cliff, that was so f***ed up. My shin is just eviscerated. And I'm like, I told you it works. You think I'm bullshitting you? It's just something big, and it's so stupid and childish.
Right.
That we all want to be the badass. No, I'm just gonna whittle you down. Okay. How you make a wooden figure is with time, small strokes.
So that was avoiding a tie-up. Now let's talk about point 2. What to do when you get close to a tie-up. First, let's take Cliff's advice on identifying what type of fighter you might be facing.
People are gonna approach you 2 ways. This is how you know whether they're a grappler or a fighter.
Okay.
Okay? A fighter is gonna be here, and they're gonna be here, and they're gonna, come on.
Right.
Go.
Yeah.
A wrestler or a grappler or a jiu-jitsu guy,
Okay, yeah.
they go like this. We all do this.
Yeah.
Because we want room to move around.
Yeah.
We want room to shoot, and we want room, so we're gonna be here.
Okay. Once you've identified that you're potentially facing a guy who might tie up with you, especially someone acclimated with sports fighting, he has the most delicious solution.
They're going to try and take the leg, right?
Yeah.
So the simplest way is to defend it. It's what's called stuffing.
Okay.
Okay?
Stuffing.
Yeah.
Not just a Thanksgiving dish.
No.
Okay, I did.
So the basics behind this, right? So what you're going to do, say you made the mistake, you're here, you're in the red zone, so you're in the dangerous spot, but you need to be aware. Easiest way to do that,
If I were to...
is put hands. So if you find yourself here, you can touch, right?
Yeah.
That's it. I like to do it. You'll find most grapplers like to touch.
Yeah.
Because the moment I touch you, I can feel your flexing and I can feel your movement and I can make my adjustments accordingly.
Okay.
When we're here and simplest way, I'm touching and you try to take my leg.
Stuffing.
Stuffing it. It's a forearm to the side of the neck.
Oh, yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
And ribs.
It may not show on camera, but this hurt. Imagine a forearm in your neck. You can use your shoulder as well.
Got it.
Now I use my shoulder and my forearm, this here, because I simply went here, leg goes back.
Yeah.
I get the target out of the way. And I'm going to back up and create distance and space. Space is time in fighting. Maybe I give you enough time that you go, this is bullshit, I don't want to do this anymore. He knows too much. Most people want an easy fight.
So this all looks like common sense, but this is something I haven't really thought of before. My traditional competition-style fight training has taught me to pummel for a dominant position, get underhooks, or attempt a single leg takedown. But that means I'm playing by their rules. These all require fine motor skills, and the goal here is not to play the game of the person who is attacking you. You make up your own rules.
So the goal is to get them to quit.
Okay.
The win is, I don't give a shit. You're not sport fighting.
Cliff had some more cool methods to prevent a tie-up, but this next move he showed me for when you do get tied up was by far my most favorite.
So somehow you found yourself in this position, which is a tie-up, which is everyone likes to go here, everyone likes to do this one, right?
Yeah.
But the simplest thing here is you don't want to stay here and wrestle back and forth.
Right.
So you're going to turn and look at them. Push.
All you used was your forehead.
Yes.
That was crazy.
I told you earlier, people don't think about it, but your head is really, really strong. The neck muscles are really, really
You
strong.
said it's like the thumb of the body.
It's a giant thumb. All it is. So when you're tied up with me here, like,
This looks so silly and oversimplified, but it was mind expanding for me. Again, it goes against my competition style fight training. There's no pummeling or jockeying for position. Use your forehead as a giant thumb and cause pain. Don't play the wrestler's game.
when you guys are doing with the head, right? So you want to put your forehead here, here, or here, right? These are all pressure points where you're looking for, because if I push here,
Woo. Oh yeah. Oh no. Oh no.
So that's pressure. Oh, here. It's pain response, what we talked about earlier. Pain response is always one of those things that if you cause people to think about pain, they go, well, maybe I don't want to do this.
It's like you're cuddling them too rough.
Cliff's methodology is keep it simple, stupid. I am not a wrestler, so don't let a wrestler tie up with you. I also love his other, very European, approach to preventing a tie-up. Headbutts.
Think of it like a goat, right? You're going to use these parts of your head. Around the crown of your head is really strong. I love headbutts. Headbutts work great. When you have somebody here, you're just going to hit like this. The reason I like the outside, if you hit the middle, which your head can take it because it's real strong through here. The problem is blood. So blood will get into your eyes and it's very hard to clear.
Okay.
When you go to the outside, it tends to run along the side here. The amount of force you can produce with a headbutt is enough to end a fight quick. You can explode the ear, but along here you have a bone that goes up underneath the ear bone here.
Okay.
You can break the mandible here. It's stronger here, but along here is easier to break. But anywhere along this swath in your headbutting, boom, you can do the cheek because you can break the orbital socket. Just grab them, boom, and then the fight. It looks like a marionette. They cut the strings.
So Cliff gave us some options of things to do in case you got tied up. But now let's talk about when you were in the worst possible situation.
If you found yourself here in the worst possible position, I would never do this, but okay, so let's take this scenario. We all know buck, trap, and roll, right? So you cover your head, you're coming in, and we go this way, right?
Yeah.
I am a person who likes pain response.
Okay. Gee, I'm glad it's Lewis, not me.
Okay, well, my hand's here, right?
Yeah.
So if you go this way, now look, I'll show you guys what I'm doing.
Okay.
Continue to bite, and then he'll be working it, and then you hit here. It's not fun. I'm going at about 20%.
Hands up for Lewis, by the way.
It's
Thank you
still-
for volunteering today, buddy.
It still hurts.
Yeah.
Because what you're doing is you're using your mouth
Yes.
as another handle,
Yeah.
and you're grabbing,
Uh-huh.
right? So you can move the flesh, and you can use this, and I can start breaking ribs.
Okay.
Right? You can hit here. Remember, this is not sport. This is not.
This is dirty
If you
roadhouse bar fighting.
If you happen to have something in your pocket, keys, phone, whatever, start hitting them with it.
Training
Yeah.
yourself to be this ruthless in a life or death situation is probably one of the hardest parts to master out of all of this. Like, who wants to bite a total stranger? Also, this is just the Reader's Digest of Cliff's knowledge, and I will be training with him some more in the future.
If you don't use your mouth, they're going to punch you in the mouth.
Okay.
Punch you in the mouth.
Nope.
Please comment if you learned a new technique. It lets me know I'm on the right track. And feel free to watch another video of mine on interesting self-defense techniques. And also like and subscribe. It helps a new channel grow. Thanks a lot.